Hey guys, just finished watching The Flash, Season 4, Episode 13, True Colors. This episode was really good. It was a really cool episode. It was nice. It was not a filler episode. It was really interesting. A lot of things connected to the overall storyline for the season. I like that. It really was fun dealing with all kinds of different stuff. So let's go through the list here. The first thing was it's pretty cool at the beginning with Flash getting sold by the Wolf and by Warden Wolf and Amulet Black and all that. That was interesting with that and how that was going to go down. Although it would have been cool to see who their buyer is. If we got a tease for that, we didn't know who that is. So hopefully their buyer could be someone who's going to be in play in this, or if it was unclear whether or not their buyer was going to be DeVoe. And how did they know? You know, if DeVoe set this buyer up as his original himself, as the guy in the wheelchair and all that stuff, then how does he know? How does Emilio Black know that? Oh yeah, this new guy, this same guy in this new body is DeVoe. So I wanted to see how that was going to play out if he was the buyer, but it doesn't look like he was Emilio Black's buyer type of thing. So we'll have to wait and see if we get this, who we get to find out. It becomes that buyer. I think that buyer could have been cool. Maybe if it's Kate and James over on Arrow type thing, that could be really cool. Really thing to kind of connect little things like that. It's like, damn it, I'm trying to get some things plan B, and it's like Kate and James. One of Kate and James' many options that he had to do. He had a list of potential things, but not sure which one to use. You know, and he had backup plans for everything. I think that could have been cool, setting that up. If it was someone over on Arrow, just to connect the two, I think it really would be cool to see some villains teaming up without actually seeing them teaming up somehow, some sort of connection between the two over on Arrow and Flash. I think that would be really cool for these two shows. They're the only two who are actually on the same Earth. During the same time. I mean, Legend is on the same Earth and stuff, but out of time type of thing, so different for that. So it really was cool seeing that. And then Cecilia Red Wolf's mind found out that you know, Barry's being sold and stuff like that to Emily Black. Although we don't know who the buyer was. Again, I would want to see that. And then the next part was finding out that Ralph can shapeshift. That was cool with that. So that's going to be cool. That was cool learning with that and how he shapeshifted into his friend and stuff. And it's going to be cool to see who he shapeshifted into. And I think it was going to be fun to see how he uses that. And it was really cool the way he used it at the end of the episode. And then Barry breaks out with all the others. And then, you know, what DeVoe goes after them. And then Ralph plays Wolf and stuff, but fails at it. And I mean, so he fails at playing Wolf, and then DeVoe goes after Barry and the others and captures all of them, takes all their stuff. Killer Frost gives a talk, gives Ralph the pep talk, which was really cool seeing the pep talk and having the idea of Killer Frost doing that and the way she was doing that. I was really interested to see that. It was kind of fun. And then Barry, you know, it was interesting. And then later on, there was Barry got out with all the guys from the prison. And he's out there, and then all of a sudden the warden shoots him with the warden Wolf there shoots him with the anklet monitor, anklet bracelet thing, and it hits him. And I don't understand. There's so many times where we've seen him at bullet speed, bullet time, catching bullets. You know, during the the Alien Invasion crossover, he did it. There was one time where he did it. When Joe shot one of the Harry clones, when Joe first found out about one of the Harrys coming through time and different Earths and all that stuff. He shot him. Barry's caught bullets so many times. And I imagine that this ankle monitor gun thing is not the same velocity as bullets. So if he's able to see these bullets, these tiny little things, without staring them down, he's able to just hear it and just see it from the, you know, even if it's behind him type thing. How could he not see this coming and avoid it type of thing? That's what I don't get, is his powers work in favor for the writers, and I don't like that. It needs to be consistent. It seems so inconsistent that he can catch bullets, you know, even if he doesn't see it, catch bullets from behind him or whatever, yet he can't avoid this this thing, which clearly has to be going slower than anything else, because it's not a bullet, it's not a projectile, it's just like a net gun, a high-tech net gun type thing. So I don't know. I don't see how Barry could not have just dodged it or vibrated it through it or somehow see it coming in midair type thing. He should have seen that. And then we got DeVoe still stealing all the prisoner powers. That was cool with that. And like Barry says, why didn't he go after all the other people that were in there? Why didn't he take Barry's powers? Doesn't he want Barry's powers and rid Barry of his powers and just kind of kill Barry in the process? Or take over Barry's body and go and infiltrate the team? That would be really cool. They could do all that. And then he can, steal Vibe's powers and Caitlin's powers and Ralph's powers and all these different people. I think that would be really cool to see that. And then, you know what? Why not go over to Central City and just get Black Siren's powers and, all kinds of different people. Call up the legends then. And once he gets all their knowledge and he learns about the legends, call up the legends and you get all their powers. Go and find Drax, which would be interesting to see though if he found Jefferson Jax wherever he is. Would he be able to steal his powers? Would he be able to get the full Firestorm powers, or would he get half of the powers from Jax if he found Jax somewhere? That could be cool. I doubt we're going to get that, but I think it would be just to see is how does this power absorption thing work? Could he get all of that? Would he need to get Jefferson's powers and then he'd be half the powers without it, or would he be able to use that and be able to turn that into the full Firestorm? That could be cool to see that. So yeah, it's really going to be fun to see where things go with this and see, why does he want this? Why does he want these characters? I understand there probably would be a limit to how many powers he can take in before everything just kind of blows up in his face, which it seems interesting because when he started stealing all the powers and he kills the Warden and all that, seeing the mechanics, her reaction to that is kind of like is a little bit like negative. Like she seems a little bit worried about it. So I'm wondering, I can see them planting the seeds for her kind of betraying him and helping Team Flash when he loses it and goes crazy and he's overloaded with power and unable to ignores her because he's thinking about so much stuff that he's thinking, well, this or think about this, think about this little thing, this little relationship thing, or think about this in the universe and all that stuff. So I can't wait to see where that goes, but I hope it's just not too predictable at that point for her to do that, for her to kind of completely help just drop her husband DeVoe and just go help the Team Flash. I think that would be kind of a little bit too predictable at this point. I mean, we only are 13 episodes. I think we still have another 10 episodes to go. So, and then we get Barry goes back to prison. He voluntarily goes back to prison. Then Ralph plays DeVoe, and Barry gets out of prison and goes home. And that's really going to be cool to see where that goes with Ralph playing DeVoe. How long is he going to have to play with that? How long is it going to go? Where are things going to go with this? I think they're going to have to just play with it. I guess he doesn't have to play DeVoe too long since the guy is in a wheelchair and the guy was actually dying in his own accord. So if Ralph just kind of, pretends to be DeVoe and helping the police, and in the middle of doing that, he pretends somehow Barry or Cisco or Caitlin can also make some sort of drug to simulate the symptoms that DeVoe would have actually had, that he had, the real condition that he had. Of ALS or something, and then actually kind of pretend that he passes away in the middle of helping the police, and then they can know if they can have proof that yes, he had his disease killed him and not there, and then then Ralph doesn't need to help them all the time. So hopefully we get that, because if we don't get that, then Ralph has to pretend to be DeVoe all the time, and who's to say from now until then, who's to say he's not going to fail just like he did when he was trying to play Wolf for Amulet Black. I mean, the whole pressure of Amulet Black, finding out and killing it and attacking him and all that stuff is one pressure. But it seems to me that if Ross has to play DeVoe in front of all kinds of police officers, helping the community and all that stuff, answering some questions and all that stuff, answering stories and making up a lie, then that's really going to be more pressure that would then make him, more nervous and more likely to lose concentration on the transformation, on holding the other body. So I can't wait to see how they do that. They have to get him out of that situation in order for him to not screw up, because if he screws that up, then he screws everything up, and then everything comes out, that Barry's the Flash, that the DeVoe is actually dead, and Barry goes back to prison, and all kinds of stuff just goes all out. So I think they can't. I hope they don't just kind of, he pretended to be DeVoe one time, that's it, end of story. He said in this episode that he's going to be as DeVoe. He said he's going to help and work with the authorities to do all that. So I think if during the time when he's working the authorities, if I think it was ALS, if that ends up taking him out, then that's the way to do it. And I think that's the way you could actually do these things. And I think it could be cool. It could be interesting to see how that works, and hopefully we get that scene to get Ralph out of that situation, because otherwise it's going to blow up in their face. So hopefully he has a plan for that. So yeah, it's really going to be fun to see where things go with all this. Can't wait to see what DeVoe's plan is going to be with all these powers. I wish we kind of had a teaser for that, in the trailer for the next episode, which won't be till the end of February, which is kind of disappointing. I know there's the Olympic Games on and all that stuff, but it's just, come on, just keep going type thing. But other than that, it doesn't need to be gone for 2 weeks. Like, it doesn't need to be gone for 4 weeks type thing for the Olympic Games. It needs to be gone for the 2 weeks that the Olympic Games are on, and that's it. Nothing else, type thing. Why does it need to be gone for 4 freaking weeks? I mean, it just drives me crazy. It's not right. Not acceptable in this day and age when we have so many comic book shows to watch. I just don't find it acceptable to leave for such a break like this. That's out of the norm. There's no reason to. Just keep going type thing. Stop for the 2 weeks of the Olympics, and that's it. Only 2 weeks. The exact days the time slot would be taken up by an Olympic event. Other than that, don't take a break. Just keep going type thing. Come on. End early if you have to, whatever. But other than that, it's kind of disappointing. So yeah, it's really fun to see where things go with this. Definitely can't wait to see where things go with all this in the next few episodes. So let me know what you think, guys, about this in the comments below. Where do you think things are going? How do you think things are go? What do you think? How long do you think Ralph is going to play DeVoe? Where's that going to go? And then we get that country singer in the next episode, which could be interesting. It just looks like it could be a filler episode. Although if you think about it, the episodes before when they introduced all these characters, they seemed, filler episodes, but they kind of very little made them connect to this episode. Although these characters, other than what's her face, Evelyn Sharp, I think, the one with the luck powers, now that she's still staying around, that actress is staying around for at least another episode. Everyone else was just kind of had their one episode, then this episode, and then that's it. They only had 2 episodes where we needed to know those characters. So it was just kind of, I don't know, their episodes could kind of and maybe not be filler episodes. So we'll have to wait and see if that next one turns out to be a filler episode or not. Who knows? It looks like it has the idea of it, but it can definitely connect to it. I just hope that they make a bigger connection to it than just setting up that character for later on type thing. So hopefully it's going to be cool to see that, and we get to see actually DeVoe and all of these new powers, all of them together, and see how he's going to use the tech guy's powers and or how's he going to use the what's her face, the girl who brings the objects to life there, who can bring statues to life. Those powers could be cool. How is he going to combine that with the luck powers, with the tech powers, with the shrinking powers? That's going to be cool to see how he plays with that and how things are going to go from all there. So that's really going to be interesting to see. I definitely can't wait to see how things go with all that. So let me know what you think, guys, about this in the comments below. What do you think of season 4, episode 13? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.